What's up, fight fans? And we are back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. I am your host, Edwin, and we have a lot to talk about. We're going to be talking and diving right into the Subriel Matias versus Liaim Paro in Puerto Rico. I want to talk about a lot of things that I experienced in that fight. And we're going to be talking about the Tank Davis fight, the David Benavidez fight, and we're also going to be touching up on a little bit on Naoya Inoue, the Japanese superstar. So we're here. If you come and you tune into this show, you know that we talk about a wide variety of boxing. And as you can see in my background, I already have my Puerto Rican flag still showing my Puerto Rican pride in Subriel Matias. So let me know that you hear me loud and clear before we get this episode started and we can get things on the way here. All right, I don't know why this is not popping up right now. Okay, here we go. Yeah, good. All right, good. What's up, guys? Well, we got a lot to talk about. Subriel Matias and Liam Paro. It was a really good fight, an interesting fight, and I'm gonna give my breakdown on what I saw. What's up, Matt? How you doing? Audio sounds great. Thank you. So, look, it was an upset in Puerto Rico. I have to admit. What's up? And Matias, what hydrated at 152 pounds. That's not enough to hurt a fighter as wide as Liam Paro. Also, Matias looked drained and crazy out. He didn't throw enough punches to the body and not enough combinations. Yes, listen, I agree. I agree with that. Okay, look, you guys want to dive right into it. This is what I kind of want to talk about with this Subriel Matias and Liam Paro fight. The problem is, as soon as I say this, right, they're gonna say, "Oh, it's because Subriel Matias was a Puerto Rican fighter," and in this case, it's really not. Had this been any other fight, I would. What I'm about to say is exactly what I would say about this fight right here. And it comes to the judging of the fight. And that's what I really wanted to talk about. I was going to talk about the fight and then get into this, but I feel like I'm just going to come out and say it, right? Okay, look, if we're going to be judging a fight anywhere, anywhere in the world, we should all agree to one judging system, okay? The reason why Liam Paro, the judges are saying he won that fight, because he threw more punches. That is the only thing they're saying, that's why Liam Paro won that fight. And that he outlanded Subriel Matias. But wait a minute. Didn't you guys just announce last year, and you had the referee conference, that you guys announced to the world that fights are not judged by punches thrown or volume of punches. It's by effective punching. And if they can't determine by effective punching, then forward aggression. It didn't seem like Liam Paro's punches were hurting Subriel, but it did look like Subriel's punches were hurting Liam Paro. Then they took a point from him. So my point is this. Yes, I thought Liam Paro won the fight by more active of volume. And I thought he outlanded Subriel Matias. Yes. But the more effective punching came from Subriel Matias. And if you're going to announce to the world that One punch can steal a round from you, but give it to Liam Paro because a volume of punches that really didn't do anything to Subriel. I seen Liam Paro rocked in that fight. I was there live. I saw it. I saw him stumble to the ropes. I don't care what the announcers were saying. I know what my eyes saw. And I saw that more than once when Subriel hit him to the body, Liam cringed like this. Now, I'm not going to say that Liam Paro didn't do good work. No. Technically, he outlanded and outscored Subriel. He was, right? And I felt like he was doing good work, but Subriel was catching him at the every round at the end. They were like almost have to separate him at the every round. And then you would see Liam Paro like wobbling. At no moment in the round did I see Subriel Matias wobble. Right? So I was sitting there and I says, nah, the point deduction, effective punching, it might be a draw or Subriel might have edged it out. Because if you don't significantly beat the champion, they'll give it to the champion, right? I didn't look, like I said, I think Liam Paro fought a good fight plan. And I think that Subriel Matias didn't make adjustments. I don't think that the key thing to this whole fight was the jab. Subriel Matias' jab was non-existent. He was just trying to wither him down. The one thing I talked about to be the type of fighter as a Subriel Matias, the one thing I talked about, right, was distance. Don't let him come into your push off of him. Push off of him and keep that distance. The second most important thing to pull that off is that you're well conditioned and that you can sustain that for 12 rounds. You see, I think that at some point, Subriel Matias' corner was a little bit too confident for my liking. I didn't really see in his corner the, I think they just thought they would just have this night in the bag. It was a homecoming, everybody was out there, and I think they had it in the bag. I don't know. And then I really didn't see that ferocious Subriel Matias, and I think, look, there's another thing I wanted to talk about, right? And then that's falling in love with your craft. Hear me out. Some boxers start knocking people out and they fall in love with the knockout. They stop boxing in their next fight. All they really want to do is knock the guy out. And they're searching for the knockout. Look, how many times have we seen that? I think Subriel Matias fell in love with the no mas. And in the back of his mind, I think he only thought he was just going to stop him. I don't think he thought he was ever going to go to the scorecards. I think that he thought that his pressure and the how hard he was hitting him, that eventually Liam Paro would give way. Kudos to Liam Paro and his conditioning. He executed a well fight plan, but he needed help. And I'm going to tell you, this is where the bright lights come into factor sometimes. Yes, Subriel has fought in Puerto Rico. Yes. But he has never fought there as the champion with 10,000 fans and the pressure of, before he even got in the ring, they said he won. There was another man on the other side of the corner in the ring. He didn't get that memo. And he was there to fight. And he did. I can't take away anything from Liam Paro's performance. That I will not do. Because Liam Paro did what he meant to do. Listen, he went into enemy's territory and did that. To who? The boogeyman of the 140-pound weight division. I am not biased here by no means of the stretch. I will give it and report it like it is. Subriel Matias, he did great. I just don't think that he did the adjustments. His jab wasn't there at all. And when he did go to the body, he was just relying on his forward pressure and that Liam would fall under the pressure of what is Subriel Matias. And he didn't, and kudos to him. What's up, guys? Let me answer some of y'all questions. What's up? I can see it bigger over here. Let me check it out right here. I'm gonna have to go up. Y'all typing quick, huh? That's how it is. Matias heard Paro, but didn't do nothing to keep Paro away. He allowed him to use the clinch. That's the reason he didn't. Yeah, okay, he didn't get the knockout. Smart boxing. It's up to the referee to break that clinching shit up and issue warnings. It seemed like the referee was more paid attention about Liam Paro grabbing behind the neck, and he was looking out for that he didn't even pay attention to the clinching. And that's where Subriel Matias does his best work. And Liam Paro would do his work, clinch, and got him. And he wasn't doing it like so much where he was boxing too, but he clinched when he needed to. And it was at the right moments that I don't even think the referee was really like, you know, he didn't use the jab at all. He didn't listen. He didn't use the jab at all. Okay, let me tell you something, right? That's the thing that was non-existent in the fight. I was like, yo, if Subriel just uses the jab to work himself in, he could also be snapping Liam Paro's neck back, right? Giving Liam Paro something to think about, you know what I mean, too, and work off your jab, change levels. He all Liam Paro knew is that he was coming in the high guard and he was trying to find his way in like that. Rather than hitting through Liam Paro's guard, right? Throwing the shot, the jab, boom, to the guard, and then disrupting the guard and coming in with yours, whichever way you want to come, upstairs, downstairs. But he didn't have no jab at all. Yeah. He kept spinning them. And it made Subriel Matias had to like recenter himself. And then once he spun him, he was trying to locate him where he was, you know. And I think Liam Paro was a little bit better than Subriel Matias anticipated, to tell you the truth. I think if they fight again, it would be a different fight. I think so. I believe Subriel Matias is worthy of a rematch. It's a fight I would like to see again. I would like to see that fight again. If Liam Paro gives him a rematch, I'm not sure if there was a rematch clause. I didn't ask about that. But that would be interesting. I know that, you see you had fighters already anticipating other fights, just like Subriel Matias was anticipating on fighting Regis Progress. You see, now I don't know if that fight's gonna happen or it might happen because Liam Paro might do something else and Subriel Matias might have to venture out somewhere else. But I believe that their paths may cross again, and we have a donation. What's up, Chang, my man, with the dub for your boy? How you doing, Chang? Woo! Went out to Puerto Rico. Listen, yes, Subriel Matias didn't win, right? But that's not gonna ruin my night or my time, right? I'm out there in Puerto Rico enjoying what? My birthday, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there here from Round One Sports Talk. Happy Father's Day. So let me tell you guys about what happened to a father today on the plane on the way here today, this morning. By the way, I haven't slept. I have not slept. And I came straight here to go on live just to catch up with you guys because I kind of miss you guys too, right? But check it out. The real talk, real talk. I am going at the Subriel Matias fight. I got there around 7:38, which mind you, I had my man Road Rage was supposed to meet me there, and he ended up meeting uh uh that Mills City, right? And took a picture with Mills City, right? And asked him about me. I got there, I saw Mill City. He said, yeah, some dude was here talking that he was looking for you for some shirt. And I said, yeah, I'm right here. Yo, I talked to Mill City hoping that he would see me all night here and there. Never end up hooking up with him, right? So I'm like, man, he went and took a picture with him. Like, what? Right? Anyway, that fight ends around 1 o'clock. I drive from there to my hotel, which is an hour away. Now it's 2 in the morning, 2:20. I gotta be at the airport by 4:30 in the morning. I got 2 hours. What the hell am I gonna go to sleep for? Right? I just packed up my shit, me and my girl, right? We went right to the airport. By the way, we almost missed the plane. That checkout thing, it was ridiculous. Like 7 lines, bro. It was crazy. So we get on the plane, right? We on the plane. On the plane, we were on the plane for 45 minutes. They said they were doing some paperwork. They start backing up. We about to leave. This one dude decides he wants to use the bathroom. The stewardess told him, the captain's backing up the plane. You can't use the bathroom. He says, nah, I'm gonna use the bathroom. He gets up, goes to use the bathroom. The plane stops. It starts going back in to the airport. He's like, the captain gets on. He's like, yeah, listen, unfortunately, we're going back because we got to get somebody off the plane. It was the dude that went to the bathroom. The captain of the plane kicked him off the plane today on Father's Day for going to the bathroom, right? But the captain didn't feel that way. The captain said, if you're on my plane and you're not listening to my stewardess and you're not listening to my rules, then I don't want you on my plane. And he kicked him off, right? And I'm trying to tell the dude that's next to me, yo, this ain't no cop shit where like they'll get him off the plane and he might go to jail or something. You know, you're on a plane. This is feds. This is federal. This is a federal charge. You're about to be in a federal jail in a few minutes for getting up to use the bathroom. They're gonna ask you, what you do to get in here? I use the bathroom on the plane. And it's not gonna, yo, listen, is as funny as that sounds, my man is sitting in a federal jail right now because of this. They came on he refused to get off the plane today. And they went and got the cops. They came in with the taser guns. And I kid you not, no bullshit, bro. And they got the dude off the plane. And he left. And then like an hour later, we're still on the plane. Then it backs up and we leave. And I get here. I have not slept, nothing. Really wanted to get up with you guys and talk about, the fight itself, the Tank Davis fight. And before we get into that, share what I got. So I told you guys I was out in Puerto Rico and I went to that shop. I end up acquiring this beauty, which I need to stop touching. Okay. I'm going to have to put it in a thing. I don't want to keep opening it, but it's the entire magazine of Muhammad Ali and George Foreman's fight, Ringside Magazine in Zaire when they fought for the world championship. And I got the magazine over there in my travels. So I'm going to put that in a case. And I wish I could have it autographed, made by George Foreman. Right? Something. I wish. But I end up acquiring that. So, and I don't want to keep opening it and shit like that, right? But That was cool right there, you know. And Subriel Matias signed my shirt as well. Can you guys see it? The light looks like it's blocking it or whatever. But yeah, he signed that shirt. I had him sign this one too, but it's a pen and it like smudged. So but see, if just in case you want to see it, it was right there. But it smudged the same day. I went like that and I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck it. So anyway, from the 70s, that magazine, the Ringside magazine, what date is it from? Hold on. September 1974 issue. That's what it says. Ringside magazine, September 1974. And the fight, I believe, was on a Tuesday. It says September 24th. And it was a scheduled 15-round fight. 15 rounds. That's when men were men. You know what I'm saying? Is it working now, guys? All right. All right. Hopefully that will fix that. Yeah. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there once again. So anyway, let me get back into my travels, right? So, I get that. Oh, so check it out, guys, right? So I go out to cover, I go out to cover the Subriel Matias fight. And for this one, I didn't really have all of my media credentials all in line, or none in fact in line. And I go out there, and a friend of mine, Camacho, he's out there, and I know this guy for a while, and he's covering it, and we're working on the first part of it, which was the workout. And that was open to the public, so I was allowed there, and and I got my coverage and everything. I got to meet him, and that's when I got my autograph and everything. So I did a lot there, but he ends up leaving his keys in his house to it, his push button car. Ironically, I was like, how the fuck did you drive this far without the key? Yet the car didn't even turn off or warn you. And it was probably telling him on the dash, but he was just driving. And when he got there, he got out the car turned off, he was screwed. So I end up giving him a ride back, which was like in 2-3 hours, almost 4 hours out of my way, because it was an hour and some change there, an hour and some change back, and then an hour and some change going towards where I actually was staying at. So, it was like a big fucking deal. But that same gentleman, when I went to the weigh-in, that gentleman actually got me in through the door, and I give him credit. I want to give him credits and shouts out to Jose Rivera, and he has his channel. Uh, fuck, I should have had his channel up and put it up for you guys, but I'll put it in the description below. That way you guys know who he is and stuff. And he really looked out for me, man, and he got me in there. And then I got one of these. I got the little Subriel Matias. Bam, Liam Paro. That was for the press. So that, you know what I mean? All the press had this. So that was cool. And it was a real special moment for me in my channel. And and it showed with with some hard work and everything. I was able to put this all together. I didn't have any connects. I didn't have no big guys in my corner. Nothing. Nothing. I went out there on a whim. I did. And I ended up standing next to him. It was crazy. It was crazy. it was a cool moment, man. I just know that I'm gonna do a lot more stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yo, for it being the first time, like, a Puerto Rican fighter and shit, that meant a lot to me and shit. And like, I didn't think I was gonna do any of this shit. A lot of people said, "Bro, you're not gonna even get close to this guy. Like, you're gonna be outside just wishing. Like, you're gonna go there to buy a ticket to go to a fight. How the hell are you gonna get next to him?" You know what I'm saying? And like, I was like always saying, I'm gonna get in where I fit in, and I sure did, man. I sure did. So you know, um, that was a cool moment for me. That was cool. Yeah, man. Yeah, I did too. I felt bad to watch him lose and shit too, man. But I was like, yo, um, there was just so much riding elsewhere in my life that I was mad that he lost the fight and shit, but I was having such a great time. Me and my girl too. The whole ordeal, the whole experience. I appreciate Subriel Matias and his coaches and the experience that they gave me. And there's nothing like it. They treated me from the moment that Subriel and his team met me. They treated me like they knew me for a long time. They gave me the interviews I needed. uh, they hung out, talked to me. I had a lot more conversations with them and stuff that I didn't record. But at the same time, like, I'm doing all this and it's actually my birthday that same day. It was crazy, man. It was a crazy experience. And they made me feel real good. And I interviewed Liam Paro. I was the first reporter in fact to interview Liam Paro, in fact, when he came in that workout that day. And it was all surreal, and it was a cool experience. I learned a lot. So the next time that I go out, to other places and I experience more things, the Japanese superstar Naoya Inoue did in fact happen to go to New York just before I left to my vacation. And those are fighters that I would love to cover. Tank Davis had a big fight, and David the Monster Benavidez was on his undercard as the co-main event. What can you say about Tank Davis? He took care of business. Frank the Ghost Martin, he looked strong in the fight. I later went and watched the fight. I watched it quite a few times as well. I went back and watched the Subriel fight, and what I took away from the fight is that once again, Tank Davis was in a fight he was losing. Actually, I felt like Tank Davis was losing that fight against Frank the Ghost Martin. Yeah, and Tank Davis's face expression never changed. Never, never changed. He knew what he was gonna do, and he knew that when he catch Frank the Ghost Martin right, he was gonna drop him. He's really confident in his ability, but also Tank Davis has a real high ring IQ. He wasn't letting the fight just slip away from him. There were a lot of those rounds that were like, in there. And then I felt that, slightly Frank was up in the fight before, the eighth round. But that's what a real champion has to do. And kudos to Tank Davis, because this officially solidifies him as a two-division world champion. Congratulations, Tank Davis. He wants all the smoke. He's calling everybody out. I hope he gets what he wants. He wants that Lomachenko fight. I believe that would be an awesome fight. I would love to see Lomachenko and Tank Davis go at it. And if they're gonna make that fight, don't wait too long. Lomachenko's getting up there too. So and David the Monster Benavidez looked good on in his new weight division at 175 pounds. He looked good. For once, he didn't look like the bigger man. Like he was so big, to the other guy. In fact, the other guy was looking a little big there too, right? And at different angles, he actually looked bigger than David the Monster Benavidez. I know that I'm running off like no sleep, and I'm just like watching fights on the go here. So give me a couple days. I'm gonna get back in the rhythm of everything and really like lock down some of these fights and give you some analytics and how I saw the fights going out. But this is some quick breakdown on some of these fights. Naoya Inoue was also ordered to fight MJ at Medallia, and they have until July 13th to come to terms with negotiation. After July 13th, it goes into a purse bid, and anybody can buy that fight. The Saudis can buy that fight, anything. So I think they're gonna want to work out the where and when and the money for that fight. So I can't wait to see Naoya Inoue again back in the ring again. The MJ fight at Medallia, a lot of people were saying that at Medallia would be that guy that defeats Naoya Inoue. Well, now guess what? You got your shot. He did fight that title eliminator. He earned the right for it. And unlike Richard Hitchison that won a title eliminator to fight Subriel Matias, but opted out to fight him. So, I guess he's gonna take this fight. At Medallia, and I believe he should. It's a big fight. Whenever whoever signs up to fight Naoya Inoue now, you're signing up to one of the biggest fights because he has. That's like hitting the lottery. Fighting Naoya Inoue is like hitting the lottery right now. Yeah. For one, you're gonna probably make the most money you've ever made. What if you beat him? What if you beat him? Bro, you're getting 4 belts. The man that first was successful to beat him, and did you knock him out or did you beat him in a decision? You see? So there would be a lot of first. It would automatically catapult that man to superstar status. It's like hitting the lottery, fighting this guy. There's a flip side to that coin. You might not win anything and you might get knocked the fuck out. It's probably what's going to happen, right? So, but a Naoya Inoue fight is one of the biggest fights out there. Unless your name is Terrence Crawford or Tank Davis, then, yeah, that's it right there. So, look, as far as Subriel Matias and what occurred in Puerto Rico, look, I think Subriel Matias is feeling it right now. He knows what he did wrong, and he knows what if he gets to get this fight over again, the adjustments he would make, but I also believe that Liaim Paro is still a live dog. Apparently they know what they're doing over there, in Australia. They studied the shit out of Subriel Matias, and they knew what they were going to do. And they used, he used it. He created that distance. He didn't let him in the front door. And I said it. Liaim Paro didn't stop moving. He didn't stand in front of Subriel Matias. And by the way, that ring was small as fuck. I was there. I was watching it. I was like, oh shit, that ring is small. That ring's going to cater to Subriel Matias. I thought so. Before that fight, man, I said to myself, bro, everything's like on Subriel's side. That I think they might have made it a little too easy for him, I think. I think he thought he had that fight in the bag. And I think he fell in love with his no mas. And he just relied on the fact, don't worry, I'm going to break him. Don't worry. And he forgot to fight him, to actually make sure that you were at least winning those rounds. Every time Subriel Matias came on strong in the fight, I dare you to go watch the fight. It was like in the last 10 to 15 seconds of the round. He was doing his best work, so, and I thought that maybe that the last impression of what the judges were seeing would like sway them. And the fact that he was hitting them with the stronger punches. And I'm just like, what? How are these referees scoring this fight? How are they going to award him the fight by punches landed when that's not how you're telling us the fights are supposed to be judged? It's about effective punches. Well, how are your punches affecting your opponent? Period. And I thought Subriel Matias landed the harder shots in the fight. I did. I think that Liam Paro landed the more volume of punches. Yes, I do. Yeah, he was hitting Subriel Matias all night. He was. And Subriel was just kind of coming forward, and then he would spin him. He would spin him and get him a little off balance. Then Subriel would shuffle and try to meet him at the center of the ring, and he would have to start over. And Liam Barrow would start over the same thing. Pop, 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 spin him, boom, boom, in front of him. And that was the fight. That was basically the fight. But Liam Paro had to, I'm not saying that that's all it took. Liam Paro's fucking tough. He's tough as shit. He weathered Subriel Matias' storm. I don't think it was a full on, tsunami like we're used to seeing. I don't know. I don't know if Subriel just wasn't confident in his timing, or Liam Paro wasn't staying still long enough for him to feel good throwing. I don't know. I would have to ask Subriel that. But yeah, yeah. Listen, great performance, Liam Paro. Hats off to you. Congratulations. You won. Subriel Matias showed sportsmanship in the fight. When Liam Paro was announced the winner, he applauded, and he gave him the nod and was like, okay, cool. He wasn't going to be like crying, nah, I won that fight, this, that, nah, and that was a big moment for Subriel, man. There was 10,000 Puerto Ricans in that building, man. So I think that Subriel Matias will be okay. I also believe that he'll be back. He'll be back stronger than ever, and I can't wait to see him. He'll be champion again. Subriel will be a champion again. Yeah, he will. If you guys think that Subriel Matias will not be a champion again, you crazy, bro. He's gonna work harder. He's just gonna improve on it. And the next time we come out, he just might utilize his jab a lot more. I hope Subriel Matias can bounce back and get a rematch. Here, why don't we let people see that? His punches were more effective, my man George. His punches were, and that's what I'm. Had look, people are gonna hear me say that, and then they're gonna say, "Oh, it's because he's Puerto Rican. Look at the flag, blah blah blah." Now, right? Okay, because by the way, I just got that from the Subriel Matias fight, and they had the flags all out in the ring. They had like these ones right here. We had these ones popping off. You know what I'm saying? Showing the Puerto Rican love, And I brought that one back and this one and stuff. And yeah, man. So, and they were gonna say that, but it's not. It was just that I believe that Subriel Matias's punches were more effective. They did more damage. And you could see that when he hit him to the body, Liam went like that. You could see it, So yeah, I don't know. The ring was small. Gary Anton Russell, yeah, I gotta go check out that fight again too. I saw some of the highlights, but I don't like to cover highlights, guys. So I'm not gonna touch that right now, and I'm not gonna be fake. I'm not gonna watch some highlights and then say this guy did this and this guy did that. No, That's not what I got into this for. And I'm not gonna be, I don't gotta lie to you guys. I saw, and I just need to like I wanna watch that. I've been on vacation. There's a lot of fights I'm gonna get back to you guys on, but until I watch it completely for myself, that I can only give you my best assessment of what I feel is going on and how he looked in the fight. Highlights ain't gonna do it for me. So I'm not, but I'm gonna go and I will check that out. I promise. Okay. Teal took his losses bad. We know that. How about Lomachenko? How'd they take their losses? How does Lomachenko take a loss? Huh? Right? So Subriel Matias took it on the chin. He took it like a man. Okay, you got me. I hope I can get a rematch with him. I think, like I said, I think Liam Paro, he doesn't, have to give Subriel his rematch, or honor anything like that. But I believe that'll be a big payday for him, and he'll come in and be able to defend his title against the man that he beat to obtain the title. Who else do you have there that you'll probably make more money with besides probably Devin Haney? Maybe because it'll be a unification. You know what I mean? I don't think you're gonna sell out with Esau Pitbull Cruz right now in Australia. I'm not sure. A Tio fight. Tio doesn't really make big numbers anyway on the low. But in Australia, with Tio on a unification, top rank, they'll boost that shit up. Yeah, he could probably fight Tio. But he'll probably want to make a homecoming like all boxers want to and go home and get in the ring with someone. They'll probably pick him some guy. I don't know who. John, what's up? It was a close fight. Both guys seemed tired. Home field advantage can be tough and usually doesn't work out well in boxing. The media days, yeah, I know interviews talk something. Yeah, and that's the thing. I talked about this. Sometimes, like, yeah, he fought in Puerto Rico, but he never fought like that under that kind of thing. And I think he wanted to win so bad and celebrate with his people that he didn't he didn't really make the adjustments that he needed to. He just kept eyes on the prize, eyes on the prize. I'm gonna break him. I'm gonna break him. I'm gonna break him. You know, uh, but it didn't come. Liam Paro, his plan is that he executed. He did. Liam Paro didn't gas himself out in the early rounds. He wasn't throwing that hard punches. He was touching Subriel Matias, but it wasn't. Liam Paro didn't really show power. He showed more technique and more boxing ability. And he kept framing Subriel Matias out. He kept using his elbow like this and pushing off, making sure that Matias doesn't come in. And every time he came in, he gave him something. Subriel Matias, if I can remember correctly, in the first round, for like I think the fucking first 2 minutes, he didn't throw a punch. Not one fucking punch, and he was just feeling out Liam. Now, Subriel at that moment was thinking, he don't have enough, but he couldn't catch up to him. And that was the problem, is that Subriel Matias just couldn't catch up to him. You see? So, yeah, guys. Yeah. Kudos to Liam Paro. But Subriel took it like a champion. He really did. He took it like a champion. And, I respectfully, I think he deserves a rematch. And I would also love to see that fight. How many of you guys would like to see Subriel Matias fight Liam Paro again in a rematch? I would like to see that fight. Too many distractions in Puerto Rico. Yes. 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 Yeah. and that could be a problem sometimes. Yeah, you're more paid attention about the guy that's walking you out in the rap songs and everything, and it's becoming surreal sometimes, and it can be a little distracting for him, you know. And it showed because there was just small things that could have been corrected in this fight, you know. And I don't know why they weren't. And his jab was non-existent. Yeah. What's up, Armando? What's up, Georgie? What's up, John? Well, you guys are going. Yo, just your Puerto Rico is a good place to go vacationing. My only advice would be don't take your girl with you. Don't, bro. All you see all day, unless you got a girl like mine, where she actually like tells me about them. She's like, look at that one. And you know what I mean? And shit. So we have a great relationship. We can joke. I even tell her the dudes with the abs. I'll be like, yo, check out homeboy, right? You know what I mean? To my girl. And like we just we know who we are. You know what I'm saying? I know who she is. She knows who I am. So she knows me. You know what I mean? Right? So, but it is a great place to go to vacation. Just you might want to go by yourself, and you know what I mean. I'm just if that's for you, you know what I mean. He will bounce back better. He will definitely. He will definitely. Salute, Armando, brother. Absolutely. Listen, guys. Too. I still got those shirts. So I did make those other shirts and stuff like that. So I'm gonna do something for us, you know what I mean, with them and shit. Even though I didn't get to freaking see Road Rage. I can't believe he's a homeboy, man. Didn't even come see me. Like I'm like, all right, cool, all right. Anyway, where the hell is Boogie? Where is Boogie right now? Don't know. But guys, listen. Love the fights that are coming up. This is what I got for you right now. I really need to get a couple hours of sleep, but I really wanted to touch in with you guys and share my experience with you guys. Everything I experience in my travels, things that I've learned, and the whole experience in itself. It was phenomenal, you know, meeting all the fighters. Hey, listen, I even got other pictures. Look, check this out. Hold on. I want to share one more thing before I go. I want to show you. Do you guys know who this guy is? Hold on. Let's see. Yeah. I took a picture with him right after he won, and he won the belt. Yeah, in the crowd. There was a lot of man. It was a great experience, man. I gotta admit, it was a great experience, and I had an amazing time. But like my brain is not like really working right now. I really need some sleep, guys. Matias will win by stoppage in a rematch. He might. That's what I think. But we would, we'll have to see if Liam Paro takes that fight. So listen, fight fans, love you guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for talking. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Please give the videos a like. And like always, I'm on to the next one after this one here at Round One Sports Talk. Peace. Love you guys. You guys are the best. Happy Father's Day to all the